Let's talk about love, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about love, baby. Social empowerment. My lovelies, today is actually a very serious topic. Life with rules of inspiring you to live an empowered life. Today's video is a dilemma. So, like you all know, this is a social empowerment space. I get people DMing me with their questions, with their problems, with their dilemmas, and I thought it would be a good idea to bring such dilemmas to our space and support each other and help each other with advice and also empower each other. This dilemma, I got it from my WhatsApp group that I'm a part of, and I was so curious, I thought it's good we share it. So we're going to call the video, Should I Try to Fix Things with My Cheating Husband? I would love to read this for you because I would like you to have context and then we can dive right in. So bear with me. So this person says, clearing my throat, my husband is mourning his dead mistress. 3 months ago, the woman who was having an affair with my husband died suddenly from an accident. I found out about the affair only 2 days after her funeral. I thought she was simply a co-worker, and I was wondering why my husband was so disturbed and emotional. He quit his job, saying it was too traumatic to go back to work. She was in the early weeks of pregnancy when she died, and my husband doesn't know whether he or her husband was the father. So this person was also married. Wild. So on top of everything, he's also grieving for a baby which may or may not have been his. I find it extremely difficult to be emotionally supportive when he wakes up at 3 a.m. crying and trembling. Yet I don't have the heart to yell at him like I want to. He says she's dead, so there's no reason for me to feel jealous or threatened, and asks for my understanding as he grieves. We've barely talked these last weeks because I don't know how to respond to my husband when he cries and says, oh my God, he misses her and wishes she were here. Then also how much he loves me and that he never intended to leave me. I asked him to visit a marriage therapist together, and he said he's not ready to work on our marriage and thinks he needs to see a grief therapist instead. Do I need to give him time to mourn the loss of his mistress, or should I demand he focuses on our marriage? I'm torn between laughing, rolling my eyes, and going, what the F? Like seriously, this person is an angel. I'm trying to put myself in her shoes, and I'm like, why is she even still calling him my husband and not my poor excuse of a soon-to-be ex-husband? Like, what in the actual heck, you know? So let's be real here, and I'm trying to get down my high horse because, to be honest, we all know marriage can be beautiful, but it can also be tough, right? So let's say it happened. Maybe he got bored of the relationship. Maybe things weren't working out between you and he cheated, you know? But when I read her message, this is someone that had literally signed out of the relationship. And I'm someone who does not condone infidelity much. That's why I actually like saying, sometimes I feel like marriage is a scam, because I'm wondering, is it possible to stay true and loyal and monogamous to the same person for the 20, 30 years? That's the question that I'm curious for you to answer in the comment section and to hear your experiences for those of you that have been married long. But if someone decides to cheat and even goes ahead to make someone pregnant, I'm thinking this person was so invested in the relationship, there's actually nothing to fix. And then him having the audacity of cheating on you, all this time you didn't know, his affair passes on, rest her soul in peace, and then he comes home and brings you all the drama, all the pain. Why doesn't he just take a holiday and go and mourn in some hotel? Like, seriously. And his demands on her are very selfish, you know? And I'm not saying I know how I would react if my husband cheated on me. If I'm dating someone and he cheats, most likely, depending on what I really feel for this person, how I see the status of our relationship, I'm likely to leave him or stay. We all have our reasons why we do things. But one thing I know for sure, if I'm married to someone and I'm in such a situation, he's definitely going to be my ex-husband. There's no way I'm staying with such a person because he crossed so many boundaries. You cross the boundary of cheating on your wife. You cross the boundary, you make someone else pregnant. You cross the boundary of coming to mourn your affair at home. You cross the boundary of saying, I quit my job. Darling, that's the day I leave you, you know? Like, why do you expect me to be understanding of all this nonsense when you should have told me right from the beginning? Maybe I would have been more understanding. Maybe we could have had a time to work on it, you know? So I'm really perplexed. But this is a dilemma video, and that's why I'm inviting you to join the chat, join the conversation. What advice would you give this person? Or have you ever been in such a situation? How did you deal with it? It's unfathomable, you know, like it blows my mind. It's unfair. I've done a video about cheating, that someone cheating on you feels like being hit by a car. That's how damaging it is. And then him coming home and demanding that you be so understanding, that you give him the time. And then I'm also asking myself, what's there to work on? This is someone who has told you, you're found out, and he's telling you he's not ready to work on our marriage. He's literally telling you he's signed out, and we really have to start believing people when they tell us they're not interested in us, they are no longer invested in the relationship, and let it go. Comes in again the video I did a few days ago saying marriage is not an achievement. Some of us hang in there, stick in marriages just because society expects it of us, because you're like, if I come out, everyone is going to be laughing at me, like, oh my God, it was my dream to get married and have my forever after. But if it's not working, it's not working. You deserve someone better. Your soulmate is out there, and you don't have to stay in such a marriage. Honestly, please don't hesitate. Let us know in the comment section if you've ever experienced something like that. How did you deal with it? I've never experienced that, lucky enough, in a marriage. But for me, reading the way she wrote it, there's no way I would still be calling him my husband. She's actually an angel, you know. I would have thrown him out of the house and told him to go on. When he's done, come over and let's sign the divorce papers. Like, what in the actual hell? How disrespectful, how insensitive of him. He's mourning. She's also mourning her marriage. She's mourning their relationship. She's mourning the man that she once knew, the man she thought loved her, the man she thought she was married to and was busy getting someone else's wife pregnant. This is all too wild. This entanglement is beyond me, you know. So the person that just passed on and he made pregnant was also married. So make me understand this, like, seriously, make me understand this. How can someone still be this patient? She deserves a gold medal of being an angel, honestly. But sometimes being an angel can lead to you being walked all over until you end up in a dark place where you can no longer come out. So sometimes it's good to be selfish, because that's an act of self-care, where you get yourself out of situations that don't serve you at all. Let me take a breath, because this is really working me up, okay? Bear with me, this is really working me up. And then as we sum up this video and wait for your comments and tips, she talks of going for marriage therapy. Like, what's even there to therapize? If you ask me, I think it's already too late. The train already left the train station, you know? I believe, of course, it's possible to forgive infidelity in a relationship, in a marriage, but you can only do that, and it only makes sense if so many things have not happened. In this situation, so many bad things have already happened. Secondly, the husband seems already have checked out of the marriage emotionally already, you know. And I personally believe cheating, infidelity is never a mistake. Like, people say, oh my God, forgive me, I made a mistake. No, you didn't make a mistake and fall into someone's, you know, flower, or get someone, you know. You don't fall in there. You plan it emotionally. You start by emotionally building a bond, then finally deciding, I really want to have intimate, you know, activity with this person. So it's never a mistake. If someone cheated with me and they're like, oh my God, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, I'll be like, peace off, you know, because it's never a mistake. It's a decision. So even if someone has done it once, even if it's a one-night stand, they really have to take accountability. And maybe if it's like a one-night stand, someone's like, I was drunk, that is no excuse. Maybe you could then talk, and you have to look at the symptoms. What was the reason for you? Because even when someone cheating, when they are drunk, there's always a reason. It's not, oh, I'm drunk. No, maybe they are not satisfied in your relationship, your sexual chemistry, or whatever. talk about it, and then if you come to the decision that you should see a therapy, try that. But if you're in a state like this lady is, I believe staying there would be a decision to be abused for the rest of your life, to suffer for the rest of your life, to be disrespected for the rest of your life, because this dude, the extent to which he was invested, he's most likely going to cheat on you over and over again. And in the end, you'll end up a very damaged person and in a dark place, and probably he'll be the one to leave you. And you'll be a wreck, because you're not prepared for that. Therapy only works if the other partner is also willing, but he says, I'm not ready to work on our marriage. So he's not interested. He's checked out. He's no longer invested in your relationship whatsoever. So the best thing you can do is pick up your dignity, because it's not your fault that he cheated. It's never your fault when someone cheats. Pick up your dignity, file for divorce, and start afresh. And believe me, I'm a divorcee. I've been there. It's very possible to start afresh and live a happy and fulfilled life. You do not have to settle. My lovelies, thank you so much for watching thus far. And of course, I'm inviting you to share your dilemmas with us. DM me on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok under the name Rooshoff, just like on my YouTube. Send me your dilemma, send me your question, and we'll be sharing this kind of videos on my YouTube so that we can all support each other, empower each other, share knowledge, exchange thoughts, and uplift each other. If you love this video, don't forget to share it with a buddy, with a friend, give it a thumbs up, comment of course, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Until next time, my lovelies, take care of yourselves. I'm here to inspire, uplift, and empower you. Thank you. Vielen Dank.